morning, this is Lisa with Swifty Travels, and today we're in Grand Teton National Park. So in this video, I'm going to show you all the things we do here in one day in this national park. Now we are doing this national park backwards from the typical tour of the Grand Tetons. We're starting on the north end and we're heading south. So our first stop today is on the shores of Jackon Lake at Colter Bay. We stopped into the visitor center. We got a map, we got some information. They have a marina here with plenty of boats that you can rent. They've got a general store, restrooms, visitor center, everything you need here for you to visit at Grand Teton. There's Wi-Fi in this area as well, so all the services and amenities you need. They have several lodging options here in Colter Bay. And it's a really beautiful, picturesque area if you'd like to get on the water. Now just notice that right after the turnoff to Jackon Lake Lodge, you're going to look for a turn onto Teton Park Road. The signs will guide you, but this will take you on a road that follows right by the lake shore and takes you off of the main highway 191. Next we found a turnoff to the Jackon Lake Dam. So there's river access here, beautiful views as well as you're driving to this point. Now we did not stop at Jackon Lake Lodge. The lodge is a little bit inland and all the water access points were further in. You had to take hiking trails to reach the water. So we're gonna go to the next area to get a little bit closer to the lake. We stopped here at the Signal Mountain stop. There's a lodge, there's a general store, and we're gonna get a bite to eat. And right before the turn is where we saw a beautiful bull elk sitting off the side of the road. But we're gonna come down and show you the lake views from the Signal Lodge, Signal Mountain stop. Ooh, beautiful views here. There's really not a bad view anywhere in the park. And there's a marina and boat rentals. All right, we're gonna go get a bite to eat and continue the adventure. The coffee shop inside this general store was actually really good. So if you're in the area and you need a caffeine fix, you may want to stop here. Next up, we stopped at Jenny Lake, and as you can see, this is crazy popular. We took the boat shuttle across the lake and we did some hiking on the other side of the lake up to Hidden Falls. If you want to see more on that adventure, I published it last week and there'll be links at the end of the video and down in the description box. It was really spectacular and is considered the most popular spot in the park. As we head on down the road, there are more stops. However, it's late afternoon, it's about 4:30 p.m. and the way the sun is in the sky, it's not quite as spectacular. It makes the mountains look a little hazy just because it's like kind of directly overhead of the mountains. But this stop is the Teton Glacier, and I believe there's just a perfect view of the glacier straight ahead. It's on the northeastern flank of the Grand Tetons, so I can see it, all that snowpack in there. That's pretty cool. The Jenny Lake experience took a lot more time than I was expecting. However, it is a Sunday afternoon, and it's in June, so it's a peak season, peak travel season. So I imagine if you come during the week or not during summer, it wouldn't take you guys quite that long. The day has just gotten away from us. It is 10 minutes to 5. The visitor center closes at 5. I just wanted to pop in here. It looks like a beautiful building and see what they have. Find out a little bit about the historic districts. There's a historic district right just right north of here, and we didn't have time. We wanted to go to Morman Row, so we didn't have time to go in there and take a look at what's there. Now from the north entrance, they did not charge an admission fee for the national park. I guess they figure that you're coming from Yellowstone, so you've already paid the fee for Yellowstone, so they didn't charge again to get into Grand Teton. But when you're coming in from the south, there is a pay station to enter. This visitor center was such a nice facility. The only problem was I arrived at about 5 minutes to closing, so I really didn't have enough time to check everything out. What a beautiful building in here to tell you all about what you're going to see. But if you allow enough time, I really suggest stopping in here. It looks like a brand new building and there are some gorgeous views. Now right in front of me is the beginning of Morman Row, the road. This entire road down that way is considered Morman Road. Now, Morman Row is a little bit off from the main parks. You're gonna have to look at the map. I can show you right here where it's located. And this is the quintessential photograph that you always see representing Grand Tetons. This historic barn in front of the mountains. Now I'll tell you, we're here in the late afternoon, and so the lighting is not awesome on the mountains. So if you want to come and you want to get that pristine shot that everyone gets, you're going to want to come early in the morning when the sun's rising, giving that glow onto the buildings. These are the early homesteaders to the area that made their homes here. So there's a whole variety of different structures here. So if you're really into historic structures, this area is going to be really interesting for you. So the John Moulton Homestead, this is that famous barn that captures everyone's attention in the photographs, but there is an entire street full of structures down that dirt road. So there is a lot to see here if you have the time. Tell you what, there is a lot to see, so you're going to want to give yourself plenty of extra time. I don't know how so many YouTubers and Instagrammers can look so cute after traveling day in and day out, because we're tired and it's hot. We're worn out. So we won't be doing a thorough tour here of Morman Row today. But these are the views. I can't imagine how beautiful this is first thing in the morning. It's got to be amazing with that golden glow on the Tetons. There are some birds making a ruckus in there. So after 3 days of national park hopping and hiking, we're worn out. So unfortunately, we're cutting the visit to Morman Row a little short. I have not done my homework on the history, other than this is the Instagram shot for Grand Tetons. So you're gonna wanna come in the morning for that. Don't do it in the afternoon like I am. And just know that you can go all the way down the road, and there's several historic structures that probably have a lot of very fascinating history associated with it. So we're staying tonight in Jackson, Wyoming. So if you're interested in Jackson, Wyoming, I'm going to have another video where I'm going to give you a tour of that town and show you where we stayed and that sort of thing. Thanks for hanging with me if you're still with me. This area is just jaw-dropping beautiful. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.